Can anyone respond? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is our syllabus, like the OOPS, object-oriented programming using C++. You can shortcut it OOPS through OOPS using C++. Okay, in short. Okay, as well as lab. Like lab name is C++ programming lab. Okay, this is about our syllabus. Coming to like just I will recap some topics from C language because it's this C++ programming is a extension to the C language. If you are perfect in C language, it is very easy to understand all the concepts which are present in C++. Okay. Just I will recap some topics from C language. Okay, you are very familiar those concepts. Okay, like if you if you want to run any C program, what you will do generally, you need to download one software, right? Turbo C or some other compiler. Okay, or like Turbo C you need to install for executing your C programs. Okay, that you have, I will show. Here you can observe in local list C, you can see this Turbo C3. Okay, this software you require to execute any your C programs. Okay, after downloading this software, what you will do, you will just open that software. It will give some screen, right? One editor that will in blue color, right? That screen, within that screen you will write some program, some hash include stdio.h, some void main with some sample program you will write, right? Okay, that program, that sample structure you have written within your C language. Okay, in the same way in CPP also, we have some sample. We will see some sample program in the later section. Okay, just remember, or just I'm reminding you what are the what you did in your C language. Okay, you just install your Turbo C software in your computer. Okay, you just open your that editor. Okay, blue screen editor. Okay, there you have written your programs, and after writing your program, what you are going to do? Okay, you have to save your files, right? Okay, how you are going to save your C files? File is extended with the dot C, right? Okay, for example, I have sample program that is hello world program. How you are going to save hello.c? Okay, after like saving your file, you need to compile your program. Okay, for compilation, you know the steps, right? Like for compilation, alt F9. Okay, or else within editor also you can find compilation tab. Okay, within editor also you will see compilation tab. Just you can compile like that, or else you can just press alt F9 for compilation. For executing, control F9. Okay, it will give the output. Okay, then like after seeing the sample program, you learn variables concept, right? Variable, what how you are going to declare a variable. Okay, how you are going to assign some value to a variable, that you have seen, right? Then data types concept. Okay, data type, here it is, what type of data you are going to store in a variable. Okay, we have different data types like int, float, okay, double. So these are some concepts you have learned. Okay, then control structures. Control structure, here it is, you are going to control your program. Controlling means, for example, I don't want to execute some lines of code if the condition is false. I want to execute only specific lines of code if my condition is true. Okay, like that you are going to control your program. We have different control statements like if statement. Okay, if else, nested like if statements. Okay, in the same way we have switch statement. Okay, in the same way we have like looping statements like for loop, while loop, while. Okay, these are some looping statements that you have used in your C language. Okay, you know the structure. Okay, in C++ also we will learn these things. Okay, now the syntax for these in your C language, right? Okay, then we you learn some operators concept. Okay, what are different operators like arithmetic operators. Okay, logical operators, bitwise operators, increment and decrement operators. Okay, like this, you have different operators concept that you have learned. Okay, then arrays concept. Okay, array, what is an array, how you are going to declare an array, how you are like access your array elements. Okay, you are going to access your array elements using index value, right? Okay, all elements are stored in an array using index value one. Okay, it starts from 0. Okay, that we will see in depth in the later sessions. Okay, then pointers concept. Okay, your pointer is here just like a variable only, but it won't store the exact value, it stores the address of another variable. Okay, then strings concept. Okay, string here it is the group of characters. Okay, or like using char we can store only single character, but using string we can store a group of characters. Like for example, I want to store my name in a variable. Okay, it is not possible by using some disturbance from juggling. Can you mute yourself? Is that okay? Okay. This is about strings concept. Okay. Then structure. Okay. Structure means it shows like different type of data. Okay. Coming to here arrays, we can store only similar type of data, right? Whereas in structures, we can store a different type of data as a single entity. Okay, then we have you learn unions concept. Okay, then functions concept. Okay, in function we have different concepts like call by value, call by reference. Okay, parameter list, declaring a function. Okay, calling function. Okay, function definition, different concepts we will see in these functions concept. Okay, all these are concepts that you have learned in your C language. I think you are remembering your uh, concepts, right? You have written so many tests on this in your problem solving PP. In your PPS, all these concepts you have learned. Okay, if you know these concepts, okay, if you know these concepts, it is very easy to understand C++. Okay, not that much difficult. Okay, in the first unit, total concepts we will learn. Total, what are the basics we have? Total basic concept we will learn here. Okay, someone asking one question, just we will take that question. Is there any doubt related to your C? Don't think that it is a one-way interaction. It is like we need to interact with each other. Okay. If you have any doubt, just unmute yourself and ask. No, right? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is just I have just recapitulate the what are the concepts that we have in C language. Okay. Move on to a small history about CPP. Okay, this thing we will see how the C++ come into the picture. Okay, or like who is the father? I'll ask one question. Who is the father of C language? Who developed that C language? Can anyone?
Dennis Ritchie.
Dennis Ritchie. Yeah, that's right. Okay. The same way, coming to CPP, it is a object-oriented programming language, right? Say, what is this object-oriented programming? We will see later classes. Actually, just remember, as of now, just remember, C++ is a object-oriented programming language. Okay, actually, which is developed by John Stroustrup in 1983 at Bell Labs. Okay, the same, just like C or Dennis Ritchie is developed in the same lab, that is Bell Labs only. Okay, in the same lab only, John Stroustrup is extended that C, and he added some extra features to that C, and he released that the total library as a C with the classes. Initially, it is not called as C++. Initially, he called it as a C with classes. Okay, initially is not given the name as C++. Okay, he just extended the C programming language. He has taken all the libraries from the C language, and he added some more functionalities to the C programming. Okay, and he called that language as C with the classes. Now here you can see C with the classes. Okay, later that name is renamed by C++. Okay, initially he called this language as C with the classes. Okay, later we just renamed that name as C++. Okay, or like it is widely used programming language. Like for example, if you have install one operating system in your computer, okay, such type, for example, you are using Windows 7 operating system or Windows 10, okay, some Linux, okay, so such operating systems we can develop by using C++. Okay, and also we can develop different applications like uh, standalone applications. Standalone applications means that application we can install in our computer. For example, in your mobile, you are just simply downloading one application from Google Play Store or some other Play Stores. Okay, then after downloading your software, what you are going to do? You just install in your in your mobile, right? Some someone unmuted. I think my voice is coming back. Okay, kindly mute yourself. Okay. After downloading your any app or application in your mobile, after downloading, you just install in your computer in your mobile, right? In the same way, like whatever the softwares that you have downloaded in your computer, that software you can install in your computer. Okay, such type of applications we can develop by using CPP. Okay, or like, and also we can develop like graphics programming, like video games also. Okay, like gaming programming also we can develop by using CPP. Okay, these are the like advantage that we have if you learn the CPP. Okay, coming to differences between C and CPP, I will just explain some points. What are the differences between these two? Okay, if you observe at C side, it is a procedural oriented language. Procedural oriented means once you start your program, okay, after starting your program, what you will write? First, you will include some header files. Then you will write some main function. After writing the main function, everything you will write within that. Okay, if you want to declare any functions, you can declare. Okay, everything you will write in the form of procedures. Okay, Coming to CPP, it is not just like a procedure. Okay, everything is related to objects. Okay, so object oriented programming language, right? Everything is related to real world. Okay, real world entities. Like for example, like I wanted to write a program about one car. Okay, you can take that car as one object. Like that, you can involve with the real world entities. Okay, coming to C, it is a top-down approach. While writing your program, everything will start from top to bottom. Okay, execution process also starts from top to bottom. It starts from main function and it will enter into that program. Okay, then it will execute first statement, second statement, third statement, like that. It will goes on. Okay, whereas in CPP, it is not like that. Okay, first we will write some classes. Okay, then we will write some function definition. Okay, finally we will write main function. Okay, the bottom of your program we will write main function. From main function to we will call the other functions. Okay, it is a bottom up approach. While executing a program, it follows bottom up approach. Okay, and also coming to C, it is multiple declarations of global variables are allowed. Okay, global variables means after writing header files, if you want to declare any variables globally, that multiple number of variables you can declare. Okay, whereas in CPP it is not allowed. Okay, and also one drawback in C, for example, I required 5 variables. Okay, like A, B, C, D, E. 5 variables I require. What I need to do? After entering into main function, I need to declare 5 variables at a time. 5 variables. First, after entering into your main function, first statement should be a declaration statement in your C language, right? Whatever the variables you require, those many variables you need to declare in the first line of your C language. Okay. But coming to CPP, it is not like that. Okay. For example, after writing 10 lines of code, I require one variable. There directly I can declare that variable before using of that variable. Okay. After the underlines, I require one more variable. Okay. At that situation also, you can directly declare there itself. No need to come to the first line. Okay. But in C language, it is not like that. Wherever you require a variable, it is not possible to declare a variable at that specific point. Okay. In that situation, what you need to do first, you need to go to the first line of your first line of your program. There you need to declare that variable, and then you can use that variable in your program like that. Okay. The same way, in C language, if you want to allocate some memory, we have different functions, right? Like MLF function, CLF function. Okay. Or like if you want to delete that memory, okay, you have free function in there. Okay. In the same way, in CPP we have different keywords are there. Like new is one keyword. Okay. By using new keyword, you can allocate some memory, just like MLF and CLF. Okay. If you don't want that memory, you can directly delete that memory by using a delete keyword. Okay, these are the don't these are the keywords only. You can call it as operators. Just like size of operator is there in C language, right? Just like here we have two operators. New operator is there. This new operator is used to allocate memory. Okay. The same way, delete is one operator. This delete operator is used to like remove memory from you, or like up some RAM. Okay, deallocation of your memory. Okay, these are the some sample some differences between these two languages. Okay, where we can use this CPP, we will see like uh, different applications. Like I said, right? Whatever the softwares that you are installing in your computer, such type of softwares you can develop by using CPP. Okay, here you can see to develop computer software. Okay? The same thing like antiviruses. Okay, here you can see drivers. Driver software also you can develop by using this CP. Driver here it is. For example, I want to use internet in my computer. Okay, what you need to be, download first? You need to download one driver for your laptop or computer. Okay, related to like internet. So that driver, Ethernet driver. That driver we can call the Ethernet driver. Okay, that driver you can directly install in your computer. Then that facility you can use in your computer. Okay, and also server softwares. Okay, and also video games. Okay, for example, I want to develop one game. Okay, video game. Okay, by using CPP you can develop such type of applications. Okay, these are the like some uses that that CPP, by using CPP we can develop. Okay, like just like C language, some standard libraries. Standard libraries means, for example, I want to use, coming to C language, I want to use some printf statement in my program. Okay, printf statement. What you need to do? First, you need to include one header file, right? Like hash include stdio.h, standard input and output header. Okay, that header consists that function. Printf is a function, it is a predefined function. Okay, that function is available in one library. Okay, that library we can call it like standard libraries. Okay, stdio.h. Okay. Within that library, that function is available. Okay, whenever you require that function, you are simply including that header and you are using that function in your program. The same way, CPP also having some standard library. Okay, here two types are there. Okay, standard function library, one first one, and one more object oriented class library. Okay, it is related to object oriented programming language. Okay, for that we have separate library. Okay, object oriented library, and just like similar to CPP, we have standard function library. Okay, the same, whatever the header files available in C language, all are available in CPP as well. And extra they added some more libraries to this standard library. Okay, along with this we have other library, then that is object oriented class library. Okay, whenever you require or to use some classes or object in your program, directly you can input that library and you can use that object or class in your program. Okay, this is about standard library. Just I will show some sample structure of your CPP, how you are going to write your program. Okay, uh, first, just like C language, first we will include some header files. Okay, but whatever the header files you require, that those header files you will just include in your program. Okay, then global declaration section. For example, I want to use some function or some global variable just declared after header files. Okay, then it is totally related to class and object, right? Okay, it's an object oriented programming language. That's why we will everything we will represent in the form of classes. Okay, those classes we will write here. Okay, that this thing we will see while writing our programs, but just remember this point. First one is the header file session, global declaration session, class declaration and method definition session. Then here we will write main function. Okay, coming to see, after header files and declaration, here only we will write main function, right? In the bottom we will write the main function. From main function we will call all these functions. Okay, if you have any functions you have declared here, those function definition you will write. Okay, from main function execution will start. From here to we will link with the total program. Okay, this is some sample structure. If you see some sample hello world program, then you will get some clear idea. Okay, this is the like sample C++ program. Okay, just like C language. Here first we have header file session. Okay, here just you have included one. We will see in depth about this sample program, but just see here we will write header file session, and then we will write main function. Okay, some sample hello world code. Okay, in this way we will write our code. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can just ask. Unmute yourself and ask. Shravya, you have any doubts? Anusha, Shravani. Is it clear?
Sir? Sir, once can you repeat what is global declaration?
Yeah. Okay, global declaration here it is. While writing our programs, we will see in depth. Okay, here after writing this statement, header file session. Okay, here between this main function and this one. Okay, in between we will write global session. Global session means
So you aren't clear.
tell me.
Your voice is not clear, sir. It's like getting discounted.
Yeah, I'm getting some resound from your side. Just mute yourself. I will explain. Okay, here global session means after writing header files, here we will write some. For example, I require one function globally. Okay, here we will write that function. That function we can access from anywhere within this program. For example, if I declare a variable here, some int a, this variable is you can access only within this main function. Okay, if I wanted to access that a outside this function, it is not possible. Okay, if you wanted to access that variable outside of this function also, that variable you need to declare as a global variable. Here you need to declare. Okay, if you declare like this, we can call it as a global. Okay, in depth we will discuss about global variables and global functions. Okay, we'll see in the later sections. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all from today's class. Okay, in depth we will see in the later sessions. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, I'm disconnecting from my side.
Okay, sir.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
हेलो, अरे सर चला गया ना.